Hello, this is Dr. Sivakan Pathak. Once more here to see one new topic, that is the projectile motion. We will discuss this topic today. This topic has great importance in the 11th class physics, and its concept is quite interesting to understand the projectile motion. Before projectile motion, we have seen motion in one dimension. Motion in one dimension has two parts. The first, motion in x-axis, in or along x-axis, and motion against the gravity. It is called in the frame of reference along considering y-axis for mathematical simplicity. Here the projectile motion is neither in direction of x-axis nor in the direction of y-axis. It is in between the x-axis and y-axis. So see the fundas of projectile motion. See here this diagram very carefully, and this diagram has a great importance to understand the concept of projectile motion. Let it is x-axis and it is y-axis, and a ball is thrown from here with velocity u here in this direction, and it followed this path and reach up to here from O to P. Suppose its path of a ball when thrown from here, making with initial velocity, the velocity through which it is thrown, u naught. With u naught initial velocity it is thrown. So to show that since velocity is a vector quantity, so represent the velocity vector here in the diagram. We are drawing a tangent here touching to this path. The length of this vector represents the magnitude of velocity, and arrow denotes direction. See this angle here, theta. Theta is angle made by projection and x-axis. Clear it is? So it means that a body is thrown by making angle theta with initial velocity u and followed the path here in the diagram. Clear? Since the velocity, so it is a two-dimensional figure. See, it is two-dimensional figure. It means that the projectile motion we will consider in a two-dimension. The dimension in one along x-axis and another along y-axis. Here in this case, if it is sent with velocity u naught, I am going to obtain the projection of this velocity. Here along x-axis it has a projection u naught cos theta and upward u naught sin theta, the two component of velocity. Now in place of u naught we will consider u naught cos theta and u naught sin theta. This is u naught x is u naught cos theta and u naught y component is u naught sine theta. The first one is called horizontal component and the second one is called vertical component here. See here, when body moves here forward path, u cos theta remains unchanged. Suppose it's moved from O to point A. We want to see its velocity component. This u cos theta, u naught cos theta remains same, but u naught sin theta is against the gravity. It is moving upward and gravity is acting downward. So moving upward, acceleration is acting opposite. So this is case of retardation. Hence, in this case, at point A, this velocity starts decreases. This vertical component decreases here in comparison to here. So its component decreases, and after decreasing and again reaches here, vertical component remains same. Horizontal component remains same and vertical component decreases. And peak of this, it has horizontal component remains same, u naught cos theta, u naught cos theta, and vertical component becomes 0. Let this is point B at peak. Now see, when it is reached at this point, after the half path, this horizontal component, no change in its value, cos theta, this is. Now see, its vertical component here becomes 0. Now it starts increases in a forward, downward direction because gravity is acting down. Increases, and at a point up here, this is u naught cos theta, and after increasing again it's become u naught sin theta. So here when we move from O to P here in the path by O, A, B, C and P here in the total field, when you move by this way, the horizontal component remains same, no effect of acceleration, but see, its vertical component decreases, becomes 0 at here, now again increases downward, and at point P has a maximum. So both component at point P is the same like as the both component in the magnitude at point 2. So velocity of projection is equal to velocity of here approach on the ground. The same velocity hit the ground here. It must be clear to everybody that a projectile, by a momentum through which it is thrown upward, it hit the ground with the same momentum. It's a clear, same velocity. Now, see carefully some mathematical calculation here in the case. Now we see horizontal direction. Let position of body is at A. So now see carefully everybody. A, draw two tangent here. The see here in the diagram, distance travel on x-axis is x suppose, and here on y-axis let it is y. Now see, horizontal distance x is equal to distance is equal to velocity into time. It is velocity is u naught cos theta into time t. Treat as equation number 1. Vertical direction, let distances travel y. It is against the gravity, so we will use a second equation of motion, ut h is equal to ut plus half gt square. So h is here y, u is u naught sin theta into t plus half, g is minus against gravity, here body is moving, minus gt square. This is equation number 2. From 1 we can write t is equal to x by u naught cos theta. Now putting the value of t in equation number 2, we may write y is equal to u naught sin theta x by u naught cos theta minus half g, t is x square by u naught square cos square theta. See here, u naught is cancelled by u naught, so y is equal to sin theta by cos theta is tan theta into x minus half g x square by u naught square cosine square theta. See this equation 3. This equation is parallel to the equation of a parabola in which cu y square is equal to 4ax. When we compare, this is x square is here, 4ax. When we compare, it seems this equation is same like as a equation of parabola. It means that this implies that path of projectile is parabola. This equation is called, equation 3 is called equation of trajectory. Okay, after explaining the path of trajectory, we want to calculate the time of flight. Time of flight means the time in which body remains above the earth surface, means time taken to reach from O to P. First of all, we want to see the time from O to at peak point. The initial velocity at O along y-axis is u naught sin theta. Final velocity at peak means point B. At B point we are calculating the final velocity. The vertical component of velocity becomes here 0. Here in this case 0. And using first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus gt. The final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is u naught sin theta plus g is against the gravity, so it is a minus g into t, or this implies that t is equal to u naught sin theta by g. Time of flight is GST. Is capital T, it is represented. It is twice of this because the total flight is from 0 to B and then B to same time taken up to P. 0 to B and B to P. So time becomes just double of it. So then in that condition it becomes here 2u naught sine theta by g. This is equation of time of flight. Now the second formula for range of projectile. See in the formula here to see the range of a projectile. The range of a projectile is seen in the diagram. It is here we are going. It is in direction of horizontal axis. So no acceleration, no gravity is playing. The ordinary formula is used here to calculate range. Range r is equal to velocity into time. This velocity is u naught cos theta. Time is time of flight. It is u naught cos theta, and time of flight from above is 2u naught sin theta by g. So u naught square 2 sin theta cos theta by g, or u square sin 2 theta by g. This is r, because we know that sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. This is the formula used here. So this is the second formula to calculate the range of a projectile, and it is for time of flight. One more formula we are going to derive for this. Maximum height gained by projectile. See carefully here in the diagram first of all. The maximum height gained by, this is the position B. This is the maximum height gained by the projectile. This height is along y-axis. So we will take all the component along y-axis here in the case. See carefully, and we will use second equation of motion. Using second equation of motion, that is s is equal to ut minus half gt square. See carefully, maximum height is at point B. Point B is peak of a projectile. See, at this position s is represented by maximum height gained by projectile by h. Initial velocity ut, u is u naught sin theta, the upward component here. U naught sin theta is here in the case, and we have to keep the value of a t here. So it will be little complicated to obtain this. So in place of using second equation of motion, we will use third equation of motion. V square is equal to u square minus plus 2gh. This is the final velocity here. The final velocity in the upward direction, upward component is 0 here. Ui is a 0 here. So this is 0. U is u naught sin theta whole square plus plus becomes here minus because it is against gravity moving upward. 2g, h is a capital H. By this is h is equal to u naught square sin square theta by 2g. It's easily we can obtain by using third equation. In place of using equation 2, we can obtain here by it also, but it becomes little difficult to understand the things, calculate the formula. So it is a very simple to, by using equation 3, we can obtain these formulas. So here in whole calculation, we have obtained 3 formulas. One, time of flight, capital T is equal to 2 u naught sin theta by g. 1. Second, range, capital R, this is equal to u naught square sin square theta by z. This is second equation. Maximum height, max h is equal to, this is sin 2 theta and u naught square sin square theta by, it is 2z here, equation 3. See these three equations, and with help of three equations we will obtain some values here. Make a table, we are going to make a table here, and by this table we will calculate some things. The formula for which we have taken here for a range, height and time of flight, we are going to obtain a general observation here. See very carefully to see the general observation obtained here in case. Here I have written the formula of range of projectile, u naught square sin 2 theta by g, and h is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. We will obtain this formula under 30 degree, 45 degree and 60 degree. So see very carefully all these formulas. We want to see the formula of range at height in case of 30. Here theta is 30 means 2 theta is 60. Sin 60 is under root 3 by 2. So it's become under root 3 u naught square by g. Now see for height, it is sin square theta. Sin 30. Sin 30 square. Sin 30 is one by 2. See here. So this is the formula of range, height. Range at 30 degree. 30 means sin 30 means 2 theta is sin 60. Sin 60 is under root 3 by 2 u square by g. This range is at 45 degree. So 45 becomes here 90. Sin 90 is 1. Then it's become u square by u naught square by z only. And when it is 60, so times becomes 120 degree, and it is equal to under root 3 by 2 again. So this range formula becomes u naught square under root 3 u naught square by 2c. So at different angle, three angle we have taken, 30 degree, 45 degree and 60 degree. The formula of range is according to this diagram. Now see here, for the maximum height gained in this case, the formula is u naught square sin square theta by 2g at 30 degree. See carefully. Sin 30 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 square, 1 by 4. So it's become u naught square by 4 2 ja 8. 8g. In case of 45 degree, it is u naught square by 2z is here. So sin 45 is 1 by root 2 whole square 1 by 2 and 2 to 4. And when at series 60 degree, sin 60 is under root 3 by 2. So under root 3 is 3 by 4 becomes, so it's become through u naught square by 4 2 ja 8, 8g. We can write 8g is here, 8g is here. We can make here 8 and 2 here. This is the very interesting data. Maximum height gained by the projectile when projectile is thrown angle 30 degree, it is u naught square by 8g. Suppose it is A. So here becomes 2A and here becomes 3A. No change in velocity. Velocity if we remain same, by changing angle we can increase the change in maximum height gained by the projectile. Another important interesting result is here in case of range. Either you send projectile by 30 degree or 60 degree, the range is same. Under root 3 by 2 u square by g, under root 3 by 2 u square by g, u naught square by g. But in case of 45, it has a maximum range. So we are going to make a combined diagram for it. Suppose a projectile is thrown here in the case by making an angle 45 degree with it and obtained this range. It's clear? This is the range obtained here in the case what is it is this range is obtained in the case of 45 is u square naught by g. Now when it is thrown through 30 degree, see here in the case it is like this. The projectile thrown is 30 degree. Now this is it. Now if it is thrown either by 60 degree, the height increases but the range remains same. See clearly. Range here in the case either it is thrown by 30 degree or 60 degree, range becomes same. So maximum range is possible at 45 degree. So when we move the projection angle from 13, the range increases, gets maximum at 45 degree, again on increasing from 45 degree, decreases and comes to here at 60 degree, again at the same. But see the maximum height, it is A, 2A here, and this is 3A. A is from here to here. So how this range? So here in a case when we want to go for a long jump, we must keep our angle 45, and when we go for a higher jump, the angle of projection must be according to 60 degree. This is case, but one suggestion is kept for the long thrower or javelin thrower, that when you keep your angle of projection little slightly less than 45 degree, maximum range is here. See, because a javelin thrower moves here, angle of projection when it's move from here to here, it decreases. So this is certain height of the thrower here in the case when javelin it's throw. So it is just above that. So here becomes angle theta dash little less than 45. So keep here little less than 45 here. So 45 degrees from here and position is just above, little above. So here becomes angle little less than. So if you want to achieve maximum range in case of a javelin throw, a thrower must keep this throwing angle slightly less than 45 degree. Okay, this is for today. See the concept very carefully. If anybody has a problem, you can contact my email ID that is SK Pathak 1970 @gmail.com. You can write to me, and related to this, the next part, semi-projectile and important numerical and reasoning questions, we will see in the second part of this. So for that, thank you and have a nice day.